welcome to a video by Stan's Auto Repair. Basically, what I did was I got a black RTV gasket maker because, you know, low budget, but I'm basically getting the part of the engine back together. I was able to actually clean out the EGR valve and the tube, so all that's good and clean and operable. Same thing with the auto control valve. I was able to clean out the gunk with that, clean out the throttle body and throttle intake portion. I was able to get that cleaned. Let's see. Now the spark plugs, I'm actually going to be able to repair those. Because the spark plugs themselves are still good. There's no cracks. The little copper parts for where they ignite, all that's still good. Just got to clean them up, get a couple new tips for the 1-2 spark plugs, and then get some spray to spray up inside the boots for some, lubricant, and all that. I also got a black sealer, high pressure sealer, silicone for right here on the fuel intake. I'm going to test that, let that get nice and hard, see if we sealed it, if I was able to seal up the fuel leak right here, because the issue I'm having with the fuel rail is that it's all one piece for the stock, but I'm not able to find a replacement. And the ones I do find are just way outside of my budget range, and they're like $200, $300, $400, and I'm not going to sit here and try to modify this engine because it also requires a whole lot more parts, different fuel injectors, and I'm trying to keep this car as stock as possible. The only thing I may do as a modification is get rid of the electric fan and just get a belt-driven fan. That's probably the biggest thing I'll do. One, it will help with cooling, and that's the biggest thing I need for this car, for this thing, because I've noticed this one has a slight overheating issue, and it's actually, the fan is not functioning correctly, especially at high speed. So in my case, a constant running fan is a whole lot much better than this. Plus, anyways, too, that will create a less of a power draw on the electric portions of the car, especially when the fan kicks in. There won't be that power draw anymore because the fan won't have to work, because I'm just going to remove that, and just, as long as the extension for the belt housing, for the fan housing, actually fits this engine, which I hope it does. But as I said, I've basically made my own gasket with the gasket RTV, the black. I did it for the intake. I did it on the idle control valve, the EGR. The tube was cleaned out. The bottom top of the EGR was cleaned out. This top portion was not clogged. That's the best. That's really good news. Let's see, what else? Now I just need to get a hose to run here because the heater cord doesn't work, so I gotta just, let me get the camera angle, but I just need to get a bypass, just get a bypass hose for right here, because the heater cord don't work. That's $1,200 at Ford to get it fixed. Well, it also includes an AC service, which this car doesn't have working AC either. So basically, in a nutshell, I'm just getting her all back together as cheapest way as possible right now, until I can actually get some funds to actually just pretty much start getting new stuff. It's what you got to do when you're low on funds. Plus, I can't just have the car sit here for too long. The oil that was in the car I'm not going to use, but I have some spare oil from a previous oil change I did on a vehicle. The oil was still in good condition. I'm just going to send it through. I'm going to filter it out to make sure I get any contaminants or junks that may have been in that engine. Get that nice and filtered, get that clean, get oil back in this car, I got a leftover bolt, figure out where that actually goes. There may be one more that goes on the intake, maybe right here, I'm thinking. Let me check. Yes, that goes right there, so I need to get that in. Need to get the spring back in and it goes this way. I do remember that much because this black piece is right here, so go ahead and get the spring in. At least y'all can see me do something on the car. LOL. Come on, hook in. There we go. So spring's in. So now we got some tension on that. That's good. But what you see inside? Oh, hold on, I'll pause it and get a. Okay. So as you guys can see inside there, there's still some blackness, but down there where that groove is, right down here in the bottom, that was literally, it looks smooth. That's how dirty it was on the inside, and you can actually now see when I shine the light in there how clean. And that hole directly right back there. See if I can get this to focus. Yeah, that hole directly in the back there, I didn't even realize there was a hole there. That's where the EGR inlet is, and that was literally clogged shut. So that would explain the EGR code and all that. So even that little hole up top there, that was clogged shut. It's just little. That's just residue. I'll probably get a spray clean and spray that off. But yeah, that boot looks okay. I'll probably get that clean in there, find some lubricant. But other than that, I need to get antifreeze in the car, oil in the car, and then I can get this engine cranked over. And just to let you know, if it's broke, fix it. But if it's not broken, it's dirty, clean it. And thank you all for watching. Thank you all for subscribing. I really appreciate it. Liking my videos also help me out tremendously. Subscribing definitely helps me out tremendously. And just anything you guys see that you would like improvements on in my videos, or any points, or anything you guys want to see, maybe. Just let me know down in the comments. I'm always open to comments, always open to questions. I'll do my best to answer your questions. I'll do my best to get videos up that you guys would like to see. Because in the end, you guys watch these, so in the end, I'm putting the videos out for you, not for my own enjoyment, because what do I need to really watch my own videos for other than to make sure that they're in better shape and better quality. I can definitely tell over the years my videos have gotten better than they were in the beginning when I started. Back when I started, my first video was on a 1999 Ford Taurus. 24 valve, double overhead can, V6 3.0 liter. That was my first, when I first started, and then the Neon, PT Cruisers, some Cobalts, Stratus, so forth and so on. There's been a couple other cars I wanted to do a video on, but I didn't have a camera at the time, which would have been the Nissan Altimas that I did service on. A Subaru that was on a fly on the side of the road. Guy had a problem on the highway, stopped, helped him. Could have did a video on that. That would have been really great. It was about squirrels living in the air box, did some damage, bugs getting in on the mass airflow sensor, and what would happen. It would have been a perfect video, but again, at that time, didn't have a good phone to record on. Back then I had an iPhone 4, and that thing's memory was just completely full, couldn't do nothing with it. But again, thank you all for watching. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and commenting. Keep it coming, and I'll keep them coming.